Rahmanir Rahim. Good morning, dear student. How are you? Hope all of you are fine by the grace of Allah. I am also fine, Alhamdulillah. I am Shahnaz Parveen, lecturer, Department of Biology, Milestone College, Uttara, Dhaka. Welcome all of you to our online class. Before starting the class, I want to remind you that you have to take the precautions safe for protecting from COVID-19. Clean hands with soap and water or alcohol-based hand rub. Cover nose and mouth when coughing and sneezing with tissue or flexed elbow. Avoid close contact with anyone with cold or flu-like symptoms. Thoroughly cook meat and eggs. No unprotected contact with live wild or farm animals. So, what you have learned from our previous lesson? Yes, chapter 9, plant physiology, and that was absorption of minerals in plants. Today, I will discuss active absorption from these topics. Today, we learn different theory of active absorption. At the end of this class, you will be able to explain the active absorption mechanism of minerals in plants. Active absorption. The absorption of ions involving use of metabolic energy is called active absorption. Generally, the lipid protein membrane of a cell is largely permeable to free ions. The energy is considered to be involved in the transport of such free ions across the membrane. Energy used in these mechanisms comes from metabolic activities, especially respiration. Following evidences show the involvement of metabolic energy in the absorption of mineral salts. Higher rate of respiration increases the salt accumulation inside the process of salt uptake. Respiratory inhibitors check. By decreasing oxygen content in the medium, the salt absorption is also decreased. Active transport is necessary for living cells because certain substances must be concentrated and others must be excluded. Active uptake of minerals by roots mainly depends on availability of oxygen. Some of these are discussed below. The carrier concept. This concept was proposed by Van den Hornath 1937. The space in a cell or tissue where mineral ions enter by the usage of metabolic energy is called inner space. According to this concept, there are separate carriers for cations and anions. A carrier forms an ion carrier complex on the outer surface of the membrane. This is outer surface of the membrane and this is inner surface of the membrane, and this is carrier, ion carrier complex. This complex breaks up and releases the ion into the inner space. Release the ion, and this release is perhaps mediated by the enzyme phosphatase. The inactivated carrier is again activated by the enzyme kinase, and in this process an ATP is used up. ATP molecule combine with carrier molecules and allow passage of substances against concentration gradient. The activated carrier again accepts new ions and the entire cycle is repeated. Cytochrome pump hypothesis. Lundegaard and Bergstrom 1933 believed that there was a definite correlation between respiration and anion absorption. Thus, when a plant is transferred from water to a salt solution, the rate of respiration increases. This increases in rate of transpiration over the normal respiration has been called as anion respiration or salt respiration. The inhibition of salt respiration and the accompanying absorption of anions by carbon monoxide and cyanides later on led Lundegaard to propose cytochrome pump theory, which is based on the following assumption. The mechanism of anion and cation absorption is different. Anions are absorbed through cytochrome chain by an active process. cations are absorbed passively. According to this theory, dehydrogenase reaction of inner side of the membrane gives rise to proton and electron. This is inner membrane. Dehydrogenase reaction is occurred here, and one electron and proton released. The electron travels over the cytochrome chain towards the outside the membrane, so that the iron of the cytochrome becomes reduced on the outer surface and oxidized in the inner surface. On the outer surface, the reduced cytochrome is oxidized by oxygen releasing the electron and taking the anion. The electron thus released unites with proton and oxygen to form water. The anion travels over the cytochrome chain towards inside. On the inner surface, the oxidized cytochrome becomes reduced by taking an electron produced through the dehydrogenase reaction, and the anion is released. As a result of anion absorption, a cation moves passively from outside to inside to balance the anion, and this is the cytochrome pump hypothesis. Proton anion co-transport theory uses ATP to move proton out of cells. Proton creates a membrane potential, and proton allows to co-transport. Membrane proteins allow cations to move into the cell, like example calcium, magnesium, allow anions to move by co-transport. That means couples proton with anions to move both into the cell. The proton motive force. The transfer of proton through a proton pump generates an electrochemical gradient of protons called a proton motive force. It drives the conversion of ADP to ATP through ATP synthesis. This process is known as the chemiosmotic theory. So, I hope you understand today's lecture. If you have any question, ask your subjective teacher. Here are some questions for you. Describe the cytochrome pump theory and proton anion co-transport theory with figure, and this question will remain as homework. Thank you so much for your attention. For today, that's all from my side. Stay home, stay safe. See you in the next class. Till then, Allah Hafiz.